Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Zoe Dawn at Dusk. It's been about a month since I last talked to you guys. I've missed you. I love talking to you. It's just been a crazy month because not too much has happened, to be quite honest. I've been really locked in with work and just with my health. I'm down 17 pounds. But I just keep getting sick. Like this entire beginning of the beginning of this entire year, I've been getting sick. Like I've sounded like a man this entire year. So, anyway, I'm finally starting to feel a lot better, hence why I'm doing this. Like I've been so tired and just nasally and I haven't sounded like myself. So, anyway, other than that, really not too much has happened. I just finished another semester class, I guess, not semester, 2 classes, passed them with both A's, and I went to a Mammoth game with my family last weekend. It is so fun. If you guys have not been to a Mammoth game in Colorado, I 10 out of 10 recommend. I don't understand lacrosse, if I'm being quite honest. It's a lot like hockey, so that's all I don't even understand hockey that much, to be quite honest. But it's just fun. They're cheap games. You could go have a few drinks, just hang out with some friends. So it was fun. Anyway, yeah, not too much more has happened other than that. So let's kind of just get into my favorite things. To start off, I like to hide them so that way you guys can't see them until after I show you. Okay, to start off, I got a black box. What's in this black box? A harmonica. I got this. This is my other thing that I've been kind of locked in on. I've been trying to learn how to play Piano Man and Pink Skies. I kind of have the first part of Piano Man down. Y'all are going to listen, okay? Okay. Hold on. Sometimes it takes me I have to warm up. So let's see if this is my warm up or my legit. Whoa, that was bad. Hold on. Whoa, guys. I don't have the chorus in front of me. Just kidding. Ignore that. I don't know how to play the harmonica right now. But I will. Next podcast, okay? But I'm obsessed with her. I've been playing with her a lot. Except I just got chapstick all over, so now we have to clean her. But oh my gosh, it is just so fun. It's just a cute little thing to just break out. Hold on, I'm going to try it one more time. No. Guys, I can't remember what it sounds like. Oh my gosh, I promised I just learned how to play it. Like, y'all saw it on TikTok and my Instagram. Whatever. Anyway, I love her. Anyway, second of all, I'm obsessed with Pilates socks right now. I think they're so cute. I'm wearing them right now. I just love how they have little grippies and they're just like cute. Like they're a little like, oh, you see my foot a little bit? Oh, just a little bit. You know? I don't know. They're cute. But I got this pack from Shein. They have a bunch of different colors. I bought this for like $2, not gonna lie. But I'm wearing black. It came with I think 2 pairs of each, but there's gray and pink, of course. But I love them right now. I don't know. I'm obsessed with them. Anyway, let's hide them so they're not in the frame. Pause. Lastly, I caved. I caved so hard and so fast. I own a Walla. See, look at my room. I'm the definition of an overconsumer. I get it, guys. I get it. But I was trying really hard to fight this one just because I'm like, oh, I've had a Stanley. I've had all these other ones. Like, I don't need an Awala. Like, it's just another water bottle. But then everyone kept getting one and I wanted one. And then I was at Target the other day with my boyfriend, and then I saw this one, and she was pink and sparkly and glittery and beautiful, and I was like, no, I don't need it. Guys, I didn't get it. I went to Target with my best friend the next day. I got it. My boyfriend still bought it for me, don't worry. But yeah, I love her. Anyway, that's my favorite things. That's my whoa. Those are my favorite things. That's my recap. I've had the worst speech impediment lately. I think I just get in my head because I haven't been able to pronounce a lot of words. Or maybe I'm going to die and have a stroke. I don't know. But like, I've definitely been having a harder time speaking lately. Anywho, let's just get into it. Okay. So like I said, I've been sick. I've been down bad. I've been in my bed, sleeping, scrolling on social media. And something that I've noticed I have done in the past, I'm a lot better with it, but I still do it often, is I compare myself to everyone. I've always done this. I've known I've always done this, and I've gotten a lot better. However, I still do it, especially when I spend a lot of time on social media. So I really just wanted to talk about comparison, why it's bad, my experiences with it, how to know if you're comparing yourself, and how to stop. So anyway, let's kind of get into it. As always, the Google definition of comparison is the process of examining two or more items, ideas, or people to identify their similarities and differences. So basically, paying attention to everything very closely and comparing details is the best way to explain it, because I feel like the Google definition is great. Guys, I got new contacts, and low-key, I don't think my eye doctor knew what he was doing, because, like, I can't see shit still. And, like, I remember telling him, he's like, oh, you're fine, just do this one. Girl, I can't see shit. Anyway. But comparison is when we compare our jobs, physical appearance, money, friends, partners, etc. You can compare a lot of things. I think the most common thing to compare is physical appearance, and then from there, financial stability, jobs, money, friends, partners, and then kind of, Anyway, I think everyone deals with a little bit of comparison, and they don't know they're doing it, or if they do, it's just, again, I like to talk about certain things because it's nice to know you're not alone. It's nice to know that everyone deals with this, and I like to think that by sharing my experiences, some people feel less alone. So that's what I'm here for. I've had so many experiences where I compare myself. My biggest thing is my weight. I've always done this. Ever since I was a kid, I've always had an issue with my weight. I've talked about this. But I just remember looking at girls and being like, you know what? They get treated better than me because they're skinny. I remember being at work and girls that were thinner always got treated better, and I'm just like, oh, it's because they're skinny. Granted, there's probably a lot of other reasons too, because also if I'm comparing, no one wants to be around someone that's like, oh, poor me, woe is me. So, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I've always compared just my weight, and I've always narrowed it down to, they're treating Susie better because she's skinnier than me, and that's not fair to myself or to Susie, because she probably works her ass off and deserves to be treated better sometimes, but it's just something I've always done, even in school, even in my friendships. I've had friendships where my previous friends have treated me poorly, and I've been like, oh, it's because she's skinnier. And there's just so many ways that I've compared myself, again, whether it's because of the way that I'm being treated, or just simply when I'm in public, I'm like, oh my god, she just looks so good, like I wish I could wear pants like that. Like low-rise jeans I love low-rise jeans, but me, no. I kind of hand in hand with this, I also compare myself a lot at the gym. I compare myself to other people's builds. I compare myself to other people's strengths, even other people's outfits, to be quite honest, but the biggest one is their weight. And it's hard because at the gym I have to remember that everyone's on a different path. Some girls could look at me and be like, oh, she's bulking, and that hurts me, but like some people be like, oh, that's a good weight to bulk at, like to whatever, start getting muscle. But it's still hard to be like, I've been going to the gym pretty consistently for 3 years now, and like I haven't seen much of a difference, and it's hard for me because I look at other girls and I'm like, ugh. Like I compare myself a lot to people at the gym to the point where my favorite thing to do now is to wear my glasses and just take them off because then I can't see nothing. So who am I going to compare myself to at that point, you know? So, yeah. I compare my style a lot to other people. I feel like I haven't really found like my style. You can kind of tell even in my room. I have a lot of different interests. It changes a lot. And I can't really figure out what my thing is. I have figured out my favorite color is pink, and that's been wonderful, but like I don't know what clothes I like to wear. I don't really know any of that yet. So when I'm out in public and I see girls like wearing just outfits that look like them, like I have friends that have a specific style. Meanwhile, with me, I'm just like, I just can't figure it out because one day I'll wear this, the next day I'll wear a dress, the next day I'll wear a hoodie and jeans. Like, I haven't really been, and I think a lot of that has to do with like my weight and stuff as well. But like, I've definitely had a more difficult time trying to figure out my style. And when I go other places and I see, again, girls with such good style, I'm just like, it just hurts me. Anyway, my work ethic. I have always had a very strong work ethic. But I do compare myself to other people. And this also isn't me putting myself down, because comparison isn't always putting yourself down. Sometimes it's being like, oh, I'm better than you. And it's like, no, you can't do that. I feel like I've always had such a strong work ethic. I've cared about what I've done. Every single job I've had, I've loved until I didn't love it anymore. And then I left because why would I keep myself in a position like that, you know? And, so I've always compared myself to people and their work ethic because I'm like, you know what? I don't understand why you're lazy because I'm not lazy and I'm good at my job. And when people get treated better, I'd also be like, I don't understand why you're getting treated better at work when I'm better at my job. And that's also not a good mindset to have because everyone has strengths and weaknesses. And I'm sure people have thought about me as a lazy coworker before, you know? But I do compare my work ethic a lot to other people's. Lastly, kind of like I was saying, social media. I compare my life to people on social media all the time. This goes in hand with everything I just said. Style, being at the gym, all of that. Like, being on social media is very hard because you see everyone's perfect lives and you think that, oh, well, my life's supposed to be like this all the time. And it's like, no, it's not. And it's very hard to see that and kind of just admit that. Like I said, I tend to doom scroll for hours sometimes, and I just feel so shitty about myself afterwards. And again, I compare myself to everyone. I compare my worst moments to everyone else's best moments, and that's not fair to me either. So, yeah. Kind of what helped me stop comparing as much, but also realize what I was doing is I was focusing on other people's growth. Like I said, I'd go to the gym and be like, oh, she's lost weight faster than me. But I haven't been like, oh my gosh, look at how toned my legs are getting. Look at how big my butt is getting. And again, so I just realized that I wasn't focusing. I was focusing on other people's growth rather than my own. That's the biggest thing. It's like, why do I care so much about what Miss Susie's doing over there compared to what I'm doing? Also, I realized that everyone's on their own path. Everyone's goals are so different and unique to them. And this goes with everything because not everyone's goals are style. Like, not everyone cares about their style that much because they're more worried about going on vacations or about building their savings, about feeding their kids. Some people like to get married young. Some people want to have kids young. Some people are more focused on their career right now. Some people are just taking the time to figure out what they want to do while they can. Everyone's on a completely different path with friends, weight-wise, everything. And just remembering that is important because on social media too, like, I'm on a completely different life goal than all these other people. And it's okay, and I don't need to compare what I'm doing to other people because I'm on my own path in them and I have my own goals and ambitions. So kind of just like actually realizing that and being like, you know what? I need to be a little bit kinder to myself because my goals and ambitions are completely different. And this caused me to start appreciating me. It caused me to start being like, wow, like I do a lot. I really do. I work. I have a full-time career. I go to the gym. I have my little podcast. I do a little bit on social media. I see my family a lot. I see my friends a lot. I see my boyfriend a lot. I play the guitar. I picked up a fucking harmonica. I go to school. I don't give myself enough credit for what I do. So being able to just appreciate me rather than just hate myself for not doing more really changed me and the way that I look at the world and other people. You know that you personally are starting to compare yourself to others for many reasons. One of the biggest signs is when you hang around people, you start to feel jealous of them rather than inspired by them. I have many different friends for different reasons, I guess you could say. I have friends that I talk to that inspire me to go to the gym, that inspire me to just do my makeup more. I have friends that inspire me to go hiking, that's the same thing. I have friends that inspire me to go to the gym. I have friends that inspire me to be more feminine, do my makeup. I have friends that inspire me to go into my hobbies, friends that inspire me to volunteer. I have all different types of friends, and I'm inspired by them. But you know that you are starting to compare yourself to others when you start to feel jealous. You're like, I hate that they go to the gym so much. I'm jealous that they are losing weight so fast, you know? So once you start feeling that jealousy around your friends or even just strangers, it doesn't always have to be your friends because you could be inspired by your friends and jealous by strangers. And that's kind of know when you're starting to compare yourself to others. When other people, also another way is when people start to tell you about their accomplishments and they start to tell you about their achievements, their goals, and you start to think your first thought instead of, oh my gosh, good for them, is why don't I have that? Why didn't I get a promotion? Why didn't I get proposed to yet? All that stuff. That's kind of another way that you can kind of realize that maybe your intentions aren't as pure as you'd like them to be. Another way is that when you talk to people, you also start feeling bad about yourself. You start just feeling kind of shitty about yourself. And you also start feeling like you're behind. You feel like you're never doing enough. You feel like there's always more you could be doing. When you hang out with others, you're like, oh my gosh, like look at her. She does this, this, and this. And now I need to start doing this, this, and that, and this. When you start feeling that and getting that nervousness, that's also another way to realize like, hey, I'm starting to do this again. Another way is you start paying attention to others more detailed. Because yes, you be like, oh my god, her hair's cute. But then you start looking like her up and down. Be like, oh, you can even do it meanly, like, oh, her feet are big. Oh, those are too big on her. Oh, this, that. Or, oh my gosh, those look so good on her. I wish I could wear that. Like, when you start paying attention to more people's, like, to people's details more and their every move, rather than just being like, oh, that's a cute skirt. Okay, I'm gonna look over that, like, when you start, like, just really paying attention to other people. Lastly, when you're scrolling on social media and you start feeling like shit about yourself. Kind of like I was saying earlier, when you're on social media and you start getting on the pretty girl TikTok or the rich people TikTok and you're just like, oh, like I'm living paycheck to paycheck, or you start comparing your physical appearance to this other girl's and it's like, that's not fair because you're both pretty in your own way. It's important to remember that all of these are normal feelings. Having this doesn't make you a bad person. When you feel this way, it doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't mean that you're always comparing yourself. A little bit of comparison is normal. It's impossible to never compare yourself. And I mean, I'm sure some people do, but it's not fair to expect that of yourself. But when it starts consuming you and it's every single person and you're having multiple thoughts a day, that's when you know it's becoming a problem. Like, you should not be comparing yourself multiple times a day to someone or something or some idea of someone. Ways that you can stop comparing yourself. The biggest one is celebrating your wins, little and big. Celebrate yourself. You just got a promotion? Go eat dinner. Go treat yourself to a new pair of shoes. Whatever your love language is, give to yourself. Take a bubble bath. But you know what? Splurge on the expensive wine. Like, again, just whatever's important to you, because everyone's different. But like, even get yourself a cake. If you like cake, when's the last time you bought yourself a cake to celebrate yourself? When's the last time you went on a trip to celebrate yourself? Celebrate everything, whether it's a promotion or whether it's dropping 2 pounds. Like, everything is important. And when you start appreciating yourself and being like, wow, I did that shit, I'm so proud of myself, I did that, you'll start to just feel better and stop comparing yourself as much. Also, focusing on progress over perfection. What I mean by this is, you're not going to be perfect. The harmonica. You guys heard that? I did it on TikTok, but I didn't do it just now. I don't know what the fuck I just played. And focusing on, you know what, but I understand how to play it. Like, I understand what the numbers mean now, even though it wasn't the best. I'm getting the beat down now and the rhythm of it. So kind of just focusing on progress rather than, fuck, like, I didn't get the whole song right. Like, I need to redo it. Even with this podcast, you guys hear me stutter. I like that there's pauses. I like that it feels like we're genuinely having a conversation, and I don't like editing my podcast. I rarely listen back to these because I'm like, you know what? No, like, that's what it is. It's just us talking. I like to talk with you guys. And again, focusing on that, like, maybe I'll upload 2 videos in a fucking row now rather than ghosting you guys for a month. But hey, I'm at least still posting. I started over a year ago and I'm still posting, you know? Also, again, just remembering, like, getting that in your brain that everyone has a different timeline and different goals. Like, again, like, realizing that not everyone's goal is to lose weight. Not everyone's goal is to have a lot of money. Not everyone's goal is to have a family. Not everyone's goal is to have a career right now. Not everyone's goal is to travel. And kind of just realizing that, again, everyone has different goals. Everyone has different ambitions. Everyone's on a different life path. Yeah, so-and-so might be married and have kids, and you might be traveling, but 10 years down the road, you might flip. And that doesn't mean that either of you did it wrong or either of you did it right. And again, just remembering that at the end of the day, it's okay to have different timelines and goals than everyone else. Again, like I said, as long as you're not hurting yourself or taking advantage or hurting other people, I don't think that there's anything wrong with whatever path you choose to take. Again, a gratitude journal. I will probably mention journaling every single podcast, and I think I have. But journaling about things that you're grateful for. Be like, you know what? Today I got cussed out at by a customer, but I didn't hit any red lights on the way home. But a stranger told me that she liked my shoes. And just, again, like, being thankful for things. Like, I'm thankful for my friends. I'm thankful for my boyfriend. I'm thankful for my family, my career. Like, I'm thankful for all these things. And just writing that down will help you realize, like, oh, I don't have that, but I like what I have. Like, I'm happy with what I have. Because over time, you'll start to genuinely be happy with what you have. Also, saying 3 nice things about yourself. Actually, one of my old friends taught me this, that she is very religious, and she used to have really negative thoughts about people. And in order to switch it, if she said or thought one bad thing about someone, she'd have to say 3 nice things about them afterwards, or vice versa. If I thought something bad about myself, I'd have to say 3 nice things about myself, like in front of a mirror or a camera, like, about myself. And kind of just, again, over time, you'll start to appreciate yourself and love yourself more, that when you see other people doing better than you, that's going to be inspiration. It's not going to be envy and jealousy. Again, it's still normal here and there, but imagine a life where you're just content with who you are. Isn't that beautiful? Lastly, this is the biggest thing that I recommend. Limit your social media time and follow people that inspire you, that look like you. That's honestly been the biggest thing for me. Following more people that look like me and people that make me feel good about me, and people, again, that inspire me. Because there was one point in time where I was like, all these celebrities were just so vanilla, and just everyone was the same. And again, I know everyone doesn't like celebrity idealization or influencer idealization, but It's normal. You're going to follow influencers, whether it's 1 or 20. But like, I used to follow a lot more, and I unfollowed pretty much everyone and only followed influencers that made me feel good or inspired or just made me laugh. I don't follow people because I think they're pretty. I follow people because I think they're just amazing people. And yes, I can also think they're pretty, but that's not the reason I follow them. And I limit my screen time. I limit myself to a certain amount on TikTok every day, on Instagram, on Snapchat, everything, because I need to get better because I press ignore a lot, but I'm trying really hard to continue to limit that social media. But I think those are the biggest ways to stop comparing yourself. And again, realizing that it takes progress. It takes time. It's baby steps. For everything I've ever talked about, it's baby steps. It takes time, and it's important to remember that. It's important to remember that comparing yourself can be used as motivation to be better. It's not always a bad thing. It can genuinely be like, oh, she goes to the gym every day. Why don't I? I have no excuse. Let me go to the gym every day. Oh, they cook at home every day. Why don't I? I should. I'm going to. Like, it can be used for good reasons. But also it's very easy to fall into this loop and this black hole. It becomes, again, and it can become a problem when it consumes you. You need to be proud of yourself, and all your wins. You need to genuinely be happy with who you are and proud of who you are. So, yeah. Anyway, I don't know how long that was. Sometimes I feel like I talk for hours, and sometimes I feel like I've talked for 10 minutes. So I guess we'll find out, but I missed you guys. I love talking to you all. I hope you guys had the best month. And I will talk to you guys next week. I promise I already have the script lined out, what I'm going to talk about. We're good. But anyway, until next time, I love you guys. I will see you next Sunday. And I hope you have a fabulous week and a fabulous St. Patrick's Day. Okay, I love you. Bye. Bye.